When did you finally stop apologizing for existing? My boss used to call me kiddo. I'm 28. I'd spent 5 years in that company trying to earn a promotion that never came. Not because I wasn't qualified. I did 3 people's jobs and stayed late more days than I didn't. But because every time I asked for more, they'd say things like be patient or this isn't the right quarter or maybe you're not quite leadership material yet. When I finally mustered the courage to ask for a raise, I wore my nicest blouse and brought a folder of performance reports and client testimonials. My hands shook the entire time. My boss flipped through 3 pages, grinned and said, "We really appreciate your passion, but you should be more grateful. You're lucky to even be in this role at your age." I nodded like I always did, said thank you like I always did. Then I went back to my desk and cried quietly into my sleeve. The breaking point wasn't loud. No screaming, no drama. It was a Wednesday, cold outside. My coworker sneezed and I said sorry, so fast I didn't even realize it was a reflex. He laughed and said, "You didn't make me sneeze," and something in me cracked. That night I didn't go home. I went to a cheap hotel with bad wallpaper and left my phone in the drawer. I ordered greasy food and watched a documentary about whales. It sounds stupid, but they looked so free. When I finally checked my phone the next morning, I had 4 messages from my boss. "Need you on the draft. Where are you? This is unacceptable. Call me immediately." I stared at those texts and realized I didn't owe him anything. I didn't even owe him a goodbye. I packed up my apartment over the weekend and moved into my sister's spare room. She asked no questions, just handed me a cup of tea and said, "You're welcome to stay until you remember how to like yourself again." That part took longer. For the first few weeks, I kept trying to earn my keep, washing dishes before anyone finished their meals, folding laundry that wasn't mine, buying groceries I couldn't afford. Every time I tried, she'd gently take whatever was in my hand and say, "Stop proving. You already belong." One night, I burned the rice and burst into tears like I'd broken the law. She hugged me in the middle of the kitchen and said, "It's rice, not a felony. You're safe." I didn't even know that's what I needed to hear. A few months later, I got a job at a nonprofit. Smaller paycheck, but I leave the office at 5 and sleep 8 hours without dreams. My manager sends emails that start with, "Hope you're well," not "Where's the file?" The first time I offered to stay late, she smiled and said, "No need to burn yourself out. That's not how we do things here."